Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. Today we're looking at a JANOME. It's the 2222 quadruple deuce JANOME. And the reason we're reviewing this is because folks ask me, what's a good little machine to get that's dependable, reliable, not too fussy, and I can take it to the quilt retreats. Well, we were doing a whole series on those machines, and here's one right here. JANOME 2222. And you know, it's a front load, 15 class bobbin. You know, I'm a fan of that. My favorite machine along those lines is going to be a Kenmore 158 series because 158 series front load 15 class has steel gears. Very well made, quality machine. You can't get those new. You can find them and get them ordered in, but if you need to find one that's off the shelf, off the rack, have somebody send you one overnight, go online and get one of these. They're not expensive and they're reliable if you just keep them serviced, cleaned, and oiled. Now, the front load 15 class system is superior, I think, to a lot of different systems. It's not high speed, but you don't need high speed. You're just going to be doing quilting, stuff like that. You're not going to have this thing running in a factory. It has a steel bobbin case, chrome plated, steel hook assembly, chrome plated. Everything around here is steel. Everything touches the fabric, touches the thread is steel. That's no longer a given because people say, well, sure, it's going to, nope, not anymore. Now they have plastic, especially if you have a drop-in bobbin. You're going to see so much plastic. That's why I never recommend a drop-in bobbin machine unless it's a Singer 401, 404, and the old Slantomatics, because they're all chrome-plated steel. But they don't do that anymore for Singer. Singer went from the best machine in the world to not so much. But you can still get a good machine from JANOME. But if you get a JANOME with a drop-in bobbin, JANOME makes a drop-in bobbin that has a plastic hook assembly, which is ridiculous. This has a chrome-plated steel hook assembly, which is at least what you have to have. And, I was around when they had the first electronic machine, and we're like, wow, this is pretty cool. I doubt if my lifetime we'll see people, and then now everything's electronic, just about. Here's a good analog here. But to make my point, there's a lot of good electronic machines out there, and it's about all you can get now with the flashing lights and the orchestra music, and this is Good Morning Dolores, stuff like that. So having a chrome-plated hook assembly is not a given. It's no more a given than having a steering wheel on your car. You're like, whoa, what? Steering wheel on my car there? Nope, they just introduced a car, the Tesla, with no steering wheel. There's no pedals. That reminds me of 1973 when I saw my first electronic machine. I go, wow, that's new, that's different. I wonder if that's going to catch on. Yeah, that's the future because that's what they're going to be selling us. And it's like when I went to get my truck, they didn't have a pull the lever emergency brake. It's called an e-brake now, and you just turn the little knob and it goes click, click, click. And if you do it while you're moving down the road, it'll just throw you through the dashboard. So things are changing, folks. But here's an old school 15 class bobbin, front load, very reliable. It has a couple nice features on it. The bobbin winder over here, instead of having to break that little knob loose, which can be a problem for a lot of folks that have strength in their hands. The issues with that can be grip it and take it loose, because I see a lot of folks that I can set the clutch setting on it and they can't get it loose because I have a little more strength than them and they just can't get it loose. So good grief. This one, you just pull it out, flip it over, and that's how you get the winding process going on. Then bring it down and around and over like they've been doing it forever. Push it back in to sew. That's a plus. All your stitchers are built in here. You have a separate stitch width and stitch length. Make the other way around, stitch width, stitch length. And that's something that you don't get in all the machines nowadays. A lot of them, one dial and everything's pretty much pre-programmed. This is nice because you can custom make a long or short stitch or a wide or narrow stitch, depending on how you want to do it. So it's got a lever reverse, and it's a good little machine. I don't tell people this is my favorite machine. I'm not telling everybody to run out and buy one. But I'm saying if you want a good machine to take to the quilt retreat, a good machine to teach your daughter or granddaughter how to sew, this would be a real good one because it's not a huge learning curve on it. It's very reliable, robust, and it will be easy to operate. You got your numbered threading system. You always raise it up, behind here, 1, 2, behind there, 3, 4, through the needle front to back, flat side of the needle to the back. Very easy to operate. This is the way they've been doing it for as long as I've been in the business, 51 years. This is a standard 15 class front load. The only difference is that the tension assembly, instead of being sticking out the front, is transverse mount inside, and that's because all the machines are now like a bar of soap, so they don't get damaged in transit. Even has the spool pins that go up and down, so when it's shipping, they're down, and when you use them, they're up. Everything has to be about freight, weight, and damage. Yep, that's where we are. Freight, weight, and damage. So order one of these online. Give them a couple $100 for it. Even if you get one used, if it's all there, it'll probably be pretty good. If it's shipped in the original shipping containers, it'll arrive pretty much in good shape. But if somebody ships one to you and they don't have the original foam front and back, it could get kind of spicy. So this is the JANOME 2222. I recommend it. It's not my favorite machine, but it's a nice little machine for the money. And if you want to go to a quilt retreat, it's not real heavy. It's got a handle on it. Grab it and go. All right? Thanks.